folks, what's up? This is Adam here, I Can't See the Guy. Happy New Year. This is my first movie review of 2026. You know, I don't know how popular these movie reviews are going to get this year, but hopefully I'll have a better run than I did last year, despite me having like a little bit of a fan base for my videos. I mean, would say that I hardly get any comments on my movie reviews, but that's cool. I'm not trying to be famous. But today's movie is on a 2012 comedy slasher film which was directed by Conor McMahon. And first of all, I want to explain the paint I've got on my hands. I've been doing a bit of painting in the kitchen, so new look for my kitchen. So if you see paint on me, that's the reason why. Just want to put that out there. Like I said, 2012 comedy slasher film directed by Conor McMahon and produced by Julianne Ford. Now, right off the bat, this is a killer clown movie, a killer clown slasher movie. I just got done watching it moments ago, and I remember seeing this movie back in the day, around about the time it came out, like in 2012. I have to admit, I didn't care for it back then, and after rewatching the movie again, it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's not bad, but there's way more better killer clown movies out there than this one. You know, and right off the bat, I love killer clowns. I mean, like I said, I've got the a killer clown tattoo here on my arm. You know, I love Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Only Tim Curry's version, though. I like Art the Clown, played by David Howard Thornton. You know, Killjoy the Clown, played by Angel Virgas and Trent Hager. You know, a low-budget killer clown movie. I like Circus of the Dead. You know, I like Camp Blood. There's loads of good killer clown movies out there. This one just felt different. I mean, it felt like a different killer clown movie. I mean, Ross Noble, who plays Stitches in this movie, he portrayed the clown in a different way than a clown should be portrayed. I mean, he wasn't like over the top and wacky and goofy like Killjoy. He wasn't a silent clown like Art the Clown. He was more of like a laid-back, stoned clown. I mean, when he delivers his one-liners for the second half of the movie, he says them very like in a very stoned way. You know, I mean, Ross Noble's performance wasn't terrible in this movie, but at the same time, I'd say he's like the only interesting character in the whole film, because I didn't really care for these characters in this movie, Stitches. I didn't care for the kids. You know, they were annoying little brats at the start of this movie, especially when they played jokes on the clown for finding him boring. But then again, I didn't care for them when they were all grown up either, when I was doing the teenage birthday party for his 16th. Again, when he's growing up, Tommy was one of the main kids, you know, he has a crush on this girl. There's a gay guy, although they don't rub that in your face too much, you know, you just can tell he's gay, but again, they don't rub it in your face too much, you know, you just know he's gay by the way he's portraying himself. And he does get one of the most glorious deaths in this movie. Now, right off the bat, the film opens up with Stitches the Clown fucking this girl doggy style. You know, it's just like, fuck me clown, fuck me clown, fuck me clown. She has this weird clown fetish. And then after when he fucks her, Stitches the Clown is like, I've got to go to some little bastard's birthday party. I've got to go. So he drops to this kid's house where he has to put on a little bit of a show. Okay. And while he's performing the show, he's doing his best to make the kids laugh, but the kids aren't finding him funny or entertaining. Whether he's juggling, whether he's got funny bones, a little skeleton statue. He's doing everything he can in his power to make the kids laugh, but he's just failing. In fact, the kids are spending most of the time pulling pranks on him. Now the mother, I can't understand why she did this in this movie, but there was like this dishwasher nearby in the kitchen. She puts a knife facing upwards in the dishwasher. And I'm thinking, why did she put the knife facing upwards? Isn't that like asking for an accident? Isn't that like asking for someone to die? It seems like that scene was like perfectly set up for Stitches the Clown to come to his demise, because It's facing upwards, and after one of the kids plays a joke on Stitches the Clown, Stitches trips, he falls onto the knife goes through his eye, and then he stares at the kids with all this blood squirting out, and then he slips again and he dies. You know, and there's a scene where like all this blood is going all over the place, where when he's bleeding it looks like water, like red water, just flying everywhere like out of a fucking hose. I mean, I get it, it's low budget, and I don't make fun of low budget movies, because some low budget movies have gone on to be good, successful films. I mean, this movie had a budget of $200,000, but again, only made $63,000 at the box office. It's an 86-minute long movie, but there's like 3 acts. You got the party scene at the start with the kids. You get the second part, you know, with the character development of these kids as they got older. And then in the third act, it's about the killer's killing spree, basically. And meanwhile, in the second act, while the kids are having a birthday party again, because Tommy, one of the kids from the birthday party, is now grown up, he's having his 16th birthday party. All the kids from his previous party are invited to this party as well, they've all grown up. And he lets you know which character is who, because they give you flashbacks to the original party of when they played the jokes on Stitches the Clown, like a girl likes to flip people off. You know, that's one example. They like show you like these little flashback scenes of like which character is who all growing up. You know. Meanwhile, while this party's happening, these group of clowns go to Stitches the Clown's grave and they resurrect him. And there's like these eggs with clown faces on them. You know, and Stitches the Clown becomes resurrected from the dead. And he's like a Walking Dead zombie clown, and now he's got one ambition in mind, to get his own back on all the kids that killed him in the first place from the first movie. So it's a typical revenge type of film. You know what I mean? The typical slasher movie where killers gain revenge for whatever reason. Only Stitches the Clown is getting revenge on all these kids for making him die in the first act. He's now come back all these years later, and he now is planning on just invading the party and killing all the kids. Good idea for a horror movie. But while all this is happening, I'm like, okay, the character development could have been a little bit better. Because while I'm watching this, the Tommy character's a little bit interesting, but other than that, I didn't care for any of the other characters. I mean, like I say, Ross Noble, who plays Stitches the Clown, is the only character I'm interested in. You know, while all this is happening, I just wanted to get straight to the third act, where I'm like, come on, let's see some kills. And when it does get to the killing scenes, I admit there's some good effects for a low-budget movie. There's one victim who gets the gay guy who gets his arm ripped off, and we see all this blood and it's coming out the joint and everything. Some good effects there. There's a scene where a girl's running away and Stitch the Clown throws like this umbrella, which is like as if it's a spear, and it goes through the back of her head, through her eyeball, and her eyeball's on the end of the tip. You know, there's a brain scooping scene with a ice cream scooper. You know, and he's doing all these one-liners. You know, while he's getting these kills, and then when you say these one-liners, I'm like rolling my eyes, like thinking, okay, because he like kicks this guy's head off, and he says, "This party is just about is getting kicked in," or something like that. He says something like, "It's time to get this party kicking." You know, he says all like these one-liners every time he does a kill. But the way he says them in a stoned way, like as if he's stoned on fucking marijuana. You know, he's not like a wacky clown, he's not a goofy clown, he's not like a clown that's over the top. He's like this stoned, laid-back clown, like as if he's been smoking loads of weed, basically. Because he's like the most laid-back clown I've ever seen in a horror movie, which is different. He's not cringy or anything like that, like Killjoy or any of the other clown films I've seen. He's a different clown. And that was a nice little treat, but I'm going to say right off the bat, overall, this movie, Would I watch it again? No. Because in my opinion, there's much more better Killer Clown movies out there than this movie Stitches. I think Terrifier is better. I think It's better. I think, I even dare say Killjoy's better than this. And I know Killjoy has his problems with being a low budget horror movie. It was even a lot more budget than this movie. But I got a kick out of that movie for Trent Hager and Angel Vergis' performance as Killjoy. I mean, I get a kick out of the character for being over the top crazy and goofy with his one-liners and all that kind of thing. So I just think the Killjoy, the clown character, is more interesting than the Stitches, the clown character. Why he's called Stitches, I don't know. I think it's because he makes you laugh so much that it gives you stitches. I guess that's the only reason why he's called Stitches the Clown. But again, not putting down Ross Noble's performance. The guy's a very talented comedian in real life. He's done loads of stand-up comedy in England. But this is an Irish movie, I believe. It premiered in Dublin, Ireland, in September 12th and was featured and was released in the United Kingdom on the 26th of October of 2012, according to the information that I'm reading here. But again, in order to kill the carrot Stitch the Clown, you got to destroy the egg. So Tommy learns about this throughout the whole film, and he's on one big mission to go and destroy this egg that's killing all his friends at the 16th party to make Stitches come to his demise again, make him become the undead again, and he succeeds. End of movie. You know what I mean? So it's a very simple concept about a clown who gets killed at a children's party. He gets resurrected as an undead clown. He's got unbelievable strength, you know, like he can rip people's arms off and things like that. I will admit that idea was good, you know, the thing with the nose, you know, where he could use his nose to sniff out all the different victims. That was something different from a Killer Clown movie. But again, the character development wasn't really that interesting. The effects were okay for a low budget movie. And the Stitches the Clown character was a different character, like in a stoned way, but he wasn't like the best Killer Clown in my opinion. You know, the acting in this movie isn't atrocious. The kids were brats at the start of the film, but you know they were just doing their jobs. And again, the rest of the characters like Tommy and all that, I just didn't care for. You know, and in my opinion, this could have had this simple concept of a movie about a Killer Clown getting revenge on everyone at this party. Could have been something, you know, but in my opinion, it didn't hold up. So overall, I'll just say this movie Stitches, I'm glad I've seen it again. I do remember seeing it back in the day and I didn't care for it. But I just watched it moments ago. A few fun scenes, but if you like your Killer Clown movies, I suggest give it a watch. You might have a different opinion to me. But again, I would not watch this movie ever again. I'd rather watch Terrifier, Killjoy, or It, or Circus of the Dead, or any of those great Killer Clown movies over this one. You know, but I'm glad I've seen it. And again, if there's anything you want to ask, anything you want to say, please leave it in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. But thanks for watching this, everyone. That's my review for 2012 Stitches. And we'll see you here next time. Peace out, everyone. Out.